Hi, my name is Rena Kennedy, and I'm doing a time-lapse video today on drawing Rena from Twilight, Legend of Twilight .hack. This is my first recording, so I hope you guys enjoy and like, and leave me plenty of feedback. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, as well as what you would like to see as well. So I don't tend to draw with the standard frame that they recommend. I used to, but since then I've kind of skipped steps. For beginners, I do recommend that you study the anatomy of the human body, as well as learn how to do the basic proportions until you find out what corners you can cut and what works best for you. And so I always start with the head and work my way down. I end up tweaking a lot as I go, which I have no problem with that. With Rena posing as Blackrose from Twilight, Legend of Twilight series of .hack, she's really skinny, as you've seen in her pictures that I first put up to give you an example of what I was looking at and what I was going for. I typically do a lot of my artwork freehanded this way. I look at a picture and then draw it and get really good results this way. After I do a decent portion of the body, I go back and do a little bit more detail. The detail work on characters is what I enjoy doing the most, so I like to jump into that every once in a while and really get into that. I like this particular style because it's got a very soft feel to it. I'm not into the harsh feels of some other animes. Not that I don't enjoy them, I just enjoy the softer, almost chibier side version of a lot of animes. Here I did the eyes very rounded, just like she does have. I go back and I like to erase a few of the little lines like around the nose area so that I can put the nose in and then I can go back later and see. I will be adding more tutorials in, going into more detail with the outline. I will have another tutorial with almost a background kind of decor, and I'll also be adding in the outline in black. And if I have enough time in that tutorial, I'll also be coloring in. If not, I'll be making a third tutorial with color. I plan on doing a few more characters, so if anyone has anything that they would like to see, I give it my best to get it done. Now here with the belt piece, she carries it pretty low. She has a very thin waist and broad hips in a lot of the manga versions, which is what I was basing this off of more than the animated version of Legend of Twilight. So I was trying to keep true to that, but I didn't quite go overboard with the exaggeration of her hips. And I really enjoy her armor. The simplicity of it, the armbands, and I love the fact that she carries that heavy blade, which you'll see I'll be adding that into her side. At first I drew her right arm down because that's what the original picture showed, but then I went back and erased it because I felt like if she was holding the handle, her hand would be more upwards and behind her body from this angle, and you wouldn't be able to see it. I like drawing a lot of the female poses with the legs pointed inwards. I think it makes a really cute stance. If you feel like it's ridiculous or dorky, please let me know. It would be good feedback. If you think it's overplayed, I'm probably going to go back and redo her hand a little bit more because I do her hand at the very end and it's kind of petite in concept of the rest of her, even though like Normally your hand is roughly the same size as your face. With the anime, the face tends to be a little bit bigger, at least in this version, than the hands. So I'm definitely going to have to go back and at least make it, I think, a tad bit bigger. I tend to have the most problems with the feet and the hands. I like to just rough draft the fabrics and then go back and add more detail as I see fit. And I always shadow in so I can see which part of the fabric is further away or closer to the body in this sense than the parts that are going to be sticking out and capturing more light. I'll be also adding like highlights and shadows later on. If not in my next tutorial, it'll be my last one. I'll probably end up incorporating it in my next tutorial just because of the fact that if it's not long enough but it's too long with the color. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Follow along. And thank you. Enjoy.